So I didn't know what I wanted to make today, so I thought that we would just use up some of the colors that were already on the palette. Let's start with our Pit Pastel. I do have a light outline here on this Bahong paper, um, so I can see where to stop. So when we put the mat down, it's not like too big. Because I'm really not, I don't like when I have to cut things off. It's okay to go over a little bit, but I don't really like it when I have to cut things off the piece and make those decisions. Sometimes I'm not equipped to make those decisions. Okay. Do I want a line coming through here? I don't think I do, but I am going to add some of this white wax crayon. This is a Caran d'Ache, but you can use any wax crayon. That's the Caran d'Ache Neocolor one. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is, let's wet down it. Apparently I had paint on there. So we're going to have some of that color in there, whatever that color is. Okay. We roll with it. And I'm just going to come in with some indigo. Just a little bit of indigo mixed with Payne's Gray. And hopefully we'll get a nice wash through here with our dirty water. Let's put some lines in. I don't know why, but I really like these lines in the sky. They remind me of summers here in Kansas when you go outside and there's like the or not chemtrails, the lines from the planes flying over. Since we live so close to Kansas City, we get a lot of planes flying over, and it's pretty cool. Let's add some sanguine to this. A little bit through here. I got way too much water on my paper today. I can already see it like buckling a little bit. That's okay. We can work with that. And that's not nearly enough color. Hold on, I need some more blue. Okay, I've got a little Payne's Gray here. Not blue, but Payne's Gray. Which is, this one is very blue in tint. I got a little dry brush going on there, which is nice, but I kind of want to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to just let it sort of do its thing. Maybe a little bit. And then I kind of want to add some more of that orange. That sanguine. Okay, let that do its thing. Let's come down here, get some umber, a little bit of light, just a little light umber. This is also a schminke color. I'm going to come in like thin and then fat. Ooh, that's really nice. You know, it'd look really good with that though. Now I'm making a plan. Sometimes I come up with plans in the middle of pieces. I'm going to get out my Handmade watercolors here for us to try because they're just so pretty. I think that brown is going to look really fun through there, maybe with a little bit of, get this smaller brush here. I sort of like the unexpectedness of the wax crayons when we put those down. It's almost like a surprise, like you never know what's going to happen. Because I don't ever remember where I put the marks. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Maybe we need, yeah, I think I like this. I probably just should have used these colors because I really like them. I like this little bit right through there. So what if we did a little dry brush with that brown color? And the bit I liked, I just covered up. What if we added a little bit of this reddish color just right through here? Ooh, that's rather nice. I think I like that. Okay. And then maybe we need some of that. I kind of want to bring more of that. I could use that yellow. Oh, maybe I should use that yellow, actually. No, I'm thinking about it. Oh, you guys can't even see that. I'm like pointing to colors you can't even see. Let me move that down a little bit. I was pointing to that yellow in the set. So we've used the brown and the red. And then we're going to come in with a little bit of this ochre color. Sorry, I don't remember the names of these. And I'm terrible about that. To me, it's just color. Like, it doesn't matter what the name is. I don't think, at least for me. Well, I like what we got going on here. I feel like it's very loose and atmospheric. Let's put a mat on and see what we got. Ooh, pretty. Do we need some of that blue? We've already got pretty much a lot of blue up there. I'm not gonna mess with this guy. We've learned our lesson. Let's take a little. That blue is, I'm probably gonna own that blue for like a million years. It's super saturated. But I wonder what would happen if I just brought a little bit of that down through here in some spots. Okay, I'm gonna dry this real quick and then we'll come back. Okay, let's come in with a little bit more of that red and more of a dry brush. We like that. Maybe we get a little bit more. This red color is very chunky. The best way to put it. It's got a lot of grit to it, which is interesting. I like it because it makes some really cool. It's not necessarily granulating. It's just got some grit to it. I don't know what that is. It's just chunky pigment. I don't know if it didn't get blended out all the way, but I don't mind it. I think it adds a lot of character to these paints. You can see, like, as I put it down, like, you can see that chunky grittiness that's in it, which is really kind of nice, actually. Let's come in with our palette knife a little bit. Ooh, I like that. Palette knives are so fun. Okay. I need another color down here. Although I like that brown. I think I am going to use a little bit. Let's do this. Sorry. If we mix a little bit of this color with this brown, just a little bit. The brown is also very pigmented. I'm going to make another color. Ooh, I like that. But it's a fine color. Okay. What do we think? Maybe some oil pastels would be fun. to try. So let me dry this real quick. Okay, before we get started on oil pastels, I do want to add a little bit of this Titan Buff. This color is amazing. And surprisingly, it's very similar to that umber color, but when it's like, it's a really fun way to add just like some little, almost like natural highlights. I really like it. I like this paint a lot. Like I would have just bought it for that color alone. Yeah, it dries a little bit more yellow than when it goes down, but it's pretty opaque. Although you can see down here at the bottom, we do have a bit of transparency, but not a lot. Like it's pretty opaque. I want to do just a line through here. Oh, my brush isn't wet enough. Let's try again. Yeah, like that. Just that little bit through there. This is going to give us a, let's come down with this. Like, what if we did something like that instead? Okay. All right. Okay, so I opened up the box, and the first color that jumped up at me was this color, which is, I can't read it. It says Bordeaux. And I don't know why, but we're going to play with it. Oh, that is a good color. Who doesn't love that color? It reminds me of, we're going to, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to use this rubber tool here to kind of gently blend these out. That color is nice. Unexpected nice. What if we added a little bit of this ochre color? I've been playing a lot with the pastels and kind of starting to feel my way through them. That is a little bright. I don't know if I want it to be that bright. But it's been pretty fun. Like just sort of playing with them on scrap pieces of an old paintings just to kind of figure out what it is that I want to do with them. Because, you know, I don't know. I kind of just make things up as I go along. But I do like to play with these outside of the realm of making videos. Okay, that color is actually, it's really bright. I loved it, but now I'm not sure I'm loving it. Okay, I think I want to add some green. Maybe that green. That feels a little bright. That feels a little wrong too. How about this one? Okay, this gray green, I think, is where I want to go with this. Let's just add some marks through here. I sort of like that. Let's smooth them out a little bit. Maybe not 100% smooth, but yeah, I added too much of that color. I'm not liking it now. Maybe I can, maybe it's the line I don't like. I feel like that might be the case. I'm liking that better. Oh, let's come in with some, what if we came in with a little, oh, sorry about, hit that. Let's come in with a little bit of white. Maybe we can soften that out a little bit. It was a very strong color, but okay, I like that better. I'm feeling like I like that better. I still don't like it over here. So let's just cover it up. Do that, you know. I'm digging this sort of line thing we got going on here. We might need more of that energy over in this area. So I don't want to cover up all of the watercolor. That's not my intention here. I just kind of want this foreground to be a little different and maybe more textured than what we've got going on back here. I feel like I might want some parts of this like coming up a little bit. Oh, can kind of do that. Okay. Let's come in with the palette knife. Let's scrape back some of this. We talk about this all the time, how scraping away can be sometimes more important than putting down. You can see it's a little easier there because we have that wax resist, so it's not really sticking that much to the paper. So easy to get rid of. You don't want to scratch too deep because you don't want to take off. I don't want to take off the paper and damage the paper. Okay, let me think about this for a minute. Okay, put some water down here. I'm going to come in with this dark moss tinted charcoal. Oh, let me actually clean this off a little bit. I got like 40 colors on here. I'm just going to put down some colors through here just to add some of that fun texture that we like so much, or that I like so much. I kind of like that. And I want to bring it through a little bit through here too. See how much we can make this. I kind of like this. I kind of like it. Might want to add a bit of our lavender color in there as well. Just to kind of pick up on what we got going on right through there. Thinking maybe adding a bit of that lavender color might do something. Okay, let's give it a spritz. Let's come back in with a little bit of palette knife work. I think I got enough water on there. There we go. spread this around and make more dynamic marks by just moving the charcoal around. And you want to be careful not to get too aggressive. Like that. Like what I just did there. Okay, I don't like that. That's got to go. Let's add a little bit more of that purple lavender color. I like that with the green. I think that looks really nice. Okay, I'm actually going to let this dry before we continue on. Might do a little bit of a, let's check it out a little bit with a matte. See where we're at. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry, and I might come in with a little bit more pastel. I have an idea for lines. I'm thinking I need some ochre lines through there. Okay, got my deli paper here. I'm gonna lay down some of this. This is actually a raw umber. It's not an ochre color, but it's very similar. I thought that might look really pretty with that. So let's lay down some marks. We'll see if we can lay down marks. Okay, it might be too similar. I'm not seeing anything. Let's try the end of a... Okay, it's very subtle. I think that color is too similar. But what about over here where there's less of that color? Okay, what about this other? This color is lighter. Okay, let's get crazy. Let's try this color. What do you think about that? Is that too much? Well, we're gonna find out. Let me get my skewer out. Don't want a lot of these lines through here. Yeah, I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I'm kind of liking it. But now I kind of feel like I feel like I want to bring just a little bit of this color in. I know it's super bright, but I feel like it needs to... I feel like there needs to be just a little more in some spots. But I don't want to take off all the charcoal. That's maybe too much. Okay, I think I might be done. Ooh, I kind of like that smooshy part there. What do we think? What do we think? Is it too separate? Does it need more? Thinking if I just brought some of these lines up through here. Okay. And then one more thing that I want to do is take our Pit Pastel. I'm just going to make a mark coming down this way. I want to connect like these together. Okay, I think we're done. I feel done. It's pretty simple, but I like it. Let's put a mat on it. Okay, I like this. That really bugs me, so let me fix that. I gotta fix that. That's not gonna work for me. There's nothing worse for me than having a little bit of a white mark at the top of the page. I don't like it. Okay. You can be that color. Okay, it's maybe too much. Put a little paint spray through there. Don't get carried away. I can easily repaint a whole sky in like 5 seconds. Okay. So this is where we're at. Okay, I like that better. That works better for me. Straight on the camera. Okay, things I like. Love the sky. Love the marks. Love that little hint of that red and that lovely Titan buff through there. Kind of covered up a lot of what we did down below, but that's okay. I still like the white crayon resist marks, even though we covered up a lot of this stuff down here. That was going to happen. I like the contrast between the foreground and the background and how that really gets pushed back. And I really kind of like this purpley maroon color, burgundy, I guess it's called, as I sit here and blend it together. Yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. I think the charcoal added some nice texture. I like the lines. Yeah, very happy with this one. Lots of good energy. Feels, I don't know, maybe spring? I don't know. Maybe it probably feels more autumn, but I really love the sky. I really love that sanguine and the Payne's Gray Indigo. And like I said, that Titan buff is just fabulous. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the things. And I'll see you in a couple days with another video. Thanks so much. Bye.